Hey, welcome. It's Brian, and this is Guitar Solo Reactions. Today we've got a special one. It's GEORDIE GREEP. He has a new record out. I don't know if Black MIDI really exists anymore. If you know, please put it in the comments, but he now has a solo record out, and today we're going to do the song Holy Holy. This is everywhere. I actually didn't even know he had a solo record out, but I just kind of happened to catch some of this, and I've always dug his guitar playing. Cool composer. Black MIDI was a really interesting kind of esoteric band, kind of bridging a lot of things for me, whether it was like kind of almost 70s fusion with a lot of other elements, some free elements and some kind of like crooner type elements coming from GEORDIE. And then some, just like I said, some really interesting delivery of vocals and some interesting lyrics as well. So with all that said, we're going to check it out. Hopefully there's some killer guitar playing. If you like this kind of thing, please like, subscribe, and comment, and let's get to it. So right off the top, you've got this kind of cool, like kind of 70s kind of with like almost a Latin influence. And then the guitar tone, kind of visceral and kind of really gritty, which is kind of what he does. He always has like a Fender Champ or some kind of really small Fender amp that he plays through, which is always interesting. Looks like probably a late 60s SG. And right when the singing comes in, I think of Steely Dan. I know it's going to go somewhere else, but
from the moment you walked in, from the way you had your makeup on, from the way you done your hair, from the way you sat down next to me, from the way you'd ordered your drink, from the moment you put your hand on my knee, I knew I'd have you with ease. Do you come here often? Do you know how this thing works? Do you go to bed with a different man every night? Don't tell me I'm the first. You must have heard about me. Everyone knows my name. Everyone knows I'm holy. Holy, 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 holy. All the revolutionaries, holy. All the jihadis too. Holy. Round the world I'm holy. Holy, 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 holy.
yeah. The keyboard player looks familiar.
Do you know my name? Of course you know my name. Everyone does. It's true, it's true, it's true, it's true that I'm known around here, and the barmaids know my name. I've had them all before. You are new, I'll have you too. It's time to give in. From the shores of Havana to Moscow and Tokyo, in French Guyanese, in Cantonese, everyone knows my name.
That's so good.
Holy. All the revolutionaries, all the jihadis too. Round the world I'm holy. How about we dance some salsa? I'll spin you round and round.
So interesting, like the little guitar solo. It's kind of like I said, it's almost kind of fuzzy. It started out with like some delay on it, like a really tight delay, or maybe like a big reverb or something, and then he switched it off. I would say that was. It's an interesting band. There's a lot of kinetic energy. It's definitely propulsive, obviously, with kind of the Latin kind of influence, and he's the bass playing is killer as well. So it's just got this great frenetic, sorry, kind of phrasing and just kind of the pulse of the band. I don't know, it's really cool. I wouldn't say that guitar solo was amazing, but I've definitely seen him do a lot of stuff that was mind blowing.
I want you to get there no later than 10. I want you to be dressed like a sophisticated tart with too much makeup on. Will that be alright? And I want you to sit down next to me as if by chance. I want it to seem like we've never met before. How much will that cost? I want you to look unsure of yourself. And I want you to look at me as if I'm attractive. I want your eyes to say, take me. And I want your lips to be unimpressed. And I want you to ask the waiter if I really am who I say I am. And I want you to blush. I want you to shoot a smug look at the other girls to make them jealous. I chose you. When I tell you your pussy is holy, I want you to slap me and then kiss me. Make sure everybody's watching. Kiss me, then walk away. Walk to the bathroom. I'll follow after. Don't worry, we won't do anything. We'll just loiter there 15 minutes or so. Then I'll choose your new lipstick and we walk back out. And I want you to tell me I'm a perfect dancer. And I want you to tell me I smell great. I want you to make me look taller. Could you kneel down the whole time? How much will that cost?
He's really asking a lot of a lady, lyrically speaking, to really kind of take him up a notch. A little bit of an interesting trajectory with the lyrics, and I think that's not a new thing, but
I want you to look at, I put your hand on my knee. Will that be alright? I want you to look at me as if you're lost. How much will that cost?
there we have it. GEORDIE GREEP and his band doing the song Holy Holy. Some pretty cool, interesting guitar playing in there. I've seen him play quite a bit, and he seems to usually have a ton of chops there. You can tell he was kind of really having to push himself to kind of get stuff out. I've been there, so that's not a criticism. But I think it's an interesting band. I happened to see part of this video. Why I did this was the official video, and it kind of turned me off, to be honest. Like, I don't know what it was about it, but this kind of brought me back in watching the whole thing. This kind of epic, mostly lyrically epic, I guess, depending on your point of view. Musically, kind of changes, kind of environments a few times or whatever, but overall it's got some really great elements. So I don't know what the rest of the record's like. Maybe I'll do more videos if this is kind of received well and kind of go from there. But he's definitely one of the most interesting musicians, along with his previous band Black Midi, that I've done on the channel. I've tried to explore these kind of newer versions of jazz bands, or kind of like, I don't know, I guess I would call it like new modern fusion, where it's not like just jazz rock stuff that I would know really well, but with different influences and different aesthetics, and definitely a different approach to arranging music. And all of those great elements that you get with Black Midi, King Gizzard, stuff like that, where it's still great playing is paramount to the actual pieces, but it's this whole other way of looking at it. And the aesthetic isn't necessarily always precision. It's not like a metal thing where the guitars are always precise. It's like more of an emotional, visceral thing, which you can get that from metal too, depending on the genre. But that like immediate kind of response, like I'm going for it. If I don't exactly execute it amazingly well, then so be it. And that's kind of been my approach too. And that's definitely a very, avant-garde kind of modern jazz approach, whether it's James Blood Ulmer, Mark Rebo, Sonny Schrock, all of those players like that, long gone, or, pretty much older than me at this point. And that whole aesthetic is something that really resonates with me, and that's definitely why I like GEORDIE's playing. So I am Brian. Those are Guitar Solo Reactions. Please join me again. All right.